good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Broncos nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Brings up 3rd down.
90, Wolf. 56. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Shoot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
General West. 49, check 49, check. Come.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. This is the tight end fan. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Here's Locke. It's caught by Aguilar. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Locke looks to throw it again. Screen pass to Lindsey. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
53.
From the 24, Breeze. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 13. Check 13.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check nickel.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Stop. 3. Alert flare. Hey, lock it. Check. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
That good for 19 and a first down. Here's Breeze. He completes it to Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally. Now Breeze. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Switch. Back hard. Watch out. Hey, Foxtrot. Be crippled.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check, check.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Open man here is Hamilton.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Locke throwing on target to Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A nice gain of 21 yards. Locke now, 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Look at me. Score, score.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And oh my goodness, what a catch at the 6. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. All right, here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Bravo. Let's get there. Shoot. Fight.
From the gun, it's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he fires one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He's got a 1st down and then some in midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56. Keep it up, defense, keep it up, guys. 21. Check 25.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Delta.
From midfield, here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Lutz puts this one through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of. Where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. To try again after the sack. Locke looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 85 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kicked.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ja'Kai Polite. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Opposite. Hey, let go.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Spy 56. Oh, you got D? Look, squeeze. Down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Under crunch. Hey, wahoo! 56.
On 2nd and inches. Lock. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but in today's NFL, I wouldn't want to play defense. Too many great receivers and guys who are accurate who can get them the ball. We've seen the result. Days like this one.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
0-2.
Bree's going to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
61, match box, right.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
36.
Second and 5 now. Breeze under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Breeze to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 8-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Lock now, nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Go, go. Check out, Reed. Deuce.
Lock now on first down. He's got this complete to Hamilton. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 29-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard.
Lucky. Leo. He's crossing. He's checking crab. And shoot.
Throwing now is Locke. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Let's go, baby.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
We go. 8-3. Hard.
First and 10
Watch the
at
twist.
the 40-yard
Watch the
line.
twist. Look at me. Door. 6-6. Pull it high. Switch. Hey, exit. Check three.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to launch this. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Nelson Aguilar. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
12. Coming my way. Check. X3. 218. Chopper. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch twist. Level. Smooth.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 5-9.
Throwing now is Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Breeze now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check.
From the 44, Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going
to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
He's going to let this one go deep. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
You're good, you're good. On 4, ready.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
You kill.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Double.
Toss play, Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Breeze toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
13. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score.
Broncos 35, Saints 27.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And he is in for the score. So how about this? A horrible mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and a 2-point conversion will tie it. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Lock to throw. He completes this to Sutton. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
I'm going back to you. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shit. Check nickel. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, Charlie.
Now Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, high 7. A little flare. Check.
Back to throw. Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. To throw is Lock. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. First throw of overtime for Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Ready? You ready? Over.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now Breeze. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 16. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime, as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for New Orleans,